Hi, it's Nadia here, and today I'm going to show you how to finish off your skinny elasticated bracelets so that they don't break when you wear them and they have a nice neat finish. You can make lots of different patterns, random ones or little color blocked ones, or just choose a few colors to put together. And again, just some of the colors instead of all of them. And when you stack them, they just look great together. But before I start, please remember to subscribe to our channel. And we've also got a giveaway. We'll be giving away a pack which contains 45 grams of Preciosa seed beads and some Heishi beads, a whole strand, as well as a 12-meter reel of 0.4 elastic, and all the details for this giveaway are in the box below. You don't need any special tools to make these bracelets, but I'm going to talk you through what I'm going to be using today, which is a mixture of 1mm seed beads and some Heishi beads. I'm going to be using a 0.4mm gauge elasticated cord, and I am going to be using a little collapsible needle. You don't need to use it, but it does make it very, very easy and very quick, so I will show you how to use it. The other thing you will need is a ruler or a tape measure, just to measure out the length of your bracelets. You will need something to stop the beads from falling off the end, and I've just got one of my little bead springs, but you could use a clothes peg. And I am going to be using some glue to put over my knots, and I suggest using GS Hypo Cement glue because it dries clear and it's elastic, so the knot won't open once you've used it. Okay. So an average stretch bracelet should be about 20 centimeters long, and I'm going to cut 30 centimeter length just so that I've got enough to tie the knots at the end. And I'm going to show you two different ways of doing this, so I will just cut two lengths straight away so that I'm ready. Okay, so the collapsible needle opens, so it's like a big eye, and you can just put your little elasticated thread through it. So just leave a little tail, don't leave the tail too long, because it's quite hard to pull the beads through when the tail is long. So once you've put your elasticated thread through your needle, I'm just going to put my little bead stopper at the end to make sure that the beads don't fall out as I thread them. So you just catch it, and you're just going to pick up your beads. You can make a pattern or pick them up randomly and stack them on your needle. The first ones that you make are always a bit tricky until the little tail kind of settles down, but you just pull them through and then you just keep stacking. Okay, so I'm just over halfway through, I'm going to do another 9 centimeters, and then I'm going to show you how to finish it off. I recommend using a collapsible needle because if you're trying to thread 20 centimeters of 1 millimeter seed beads on a 0.4 millimeter elasticated thread, it just takes a long time, and picking them up with a collapsible needle and threading them is so easy that it will just take you minutes, and you can make a lot of seed beads, these little stretchy bracelets, in one go. So it's effortless. I've finished threading my 20 centimeters. So now I'm going to show you how to finish it, how to knot it. So I'm just going to move my beads down a bit so they don't fall off. When tying your elasticated cord, you want to tie it as you would tie a shoelace. So you tie it from side to side, and you bring your knot together. You don't want to scrunch it up. And then again, side to side. So make sure the knot ends up in the same place, which is a bit fiddly in the first couple, and then it settles in. And I'm going to do one more just to make sure that it doesn't fall apart. So one more little knot, so it's nice and secure. So now I've made 3 little knots here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dab of my Hypo Cement glue on the knots. So the applicator for this is very thin, which makes it so easy to use on this filament. And I like to put it all the way round. And then I recommend leaving it to dry for 24 hours. It will dry completely clear and be nice and strong. And then I would cut the little ends. But I'm just going to show you anyway that I'm going to cut them now. So you can cut them close to your knot with a pair of scissors. And you will end up, once it's dried up, with a little stretch bracelet like this. And it will be nice and secure, and the knot won't open, so it's easy to put on and off without worrying about it. And next I'm going to show you one other quick way of doing it with an even better way of securing your knot, and it will be a mixture of my heishi beads and my little seed beads, and you start off in exactly the same way. So I'm just going to put my little bead stopper at the end and thread my little collapsible needle. With a little eyelet. Yeah, with a little tail on it. And I'm going to start stacking my beads. So I'm going to start off with the little heishi beads this time. If you leave them on the strand, you can literally take them off and just thread them in large sections, so it's going to be very quick. Okay, I'm more or less halfway through my bracelet. Yep, so I'm going to start stacking the little seed beads for the other half. So I've finished putting my 20 centimeters of beads onto my elasticated thread. I'm just going to take my stopper off so I can knot it. I'm going to knot it, bringing my, as you would knot a shoelace. So from side to side, bringing it together without scrunching it. And then I'm going to knot it again. So once I've securely knotted it, made my little knot about 3 times, I'm going to put my hypo cement glue on the knot. And the difference this time is that you can push one of the larger beads onto it, so it will just secure the knot a bit better. So just a dab of glue on the knot all the way around. I'm going to cut it just close to the knot. And if you push one of the bigger beads onto it and let it dry overnight, the big bead will adhere to it and it just will make it more secure. So I'm just going to show you one that I finished. You won't actually be able to see the knot because it's going to be hidden by the big bead, but it just makes the bracelet very secure. So have fun making them, and don't forget to leave your glue for 24 hours to dry before you actually wear them, and that way they'll be very secure and they shouldn't open when you make them.